Hey everyone, I hope you guys are good. I decided to put my hair up for the evening. By the way, I noticed this filter really plays up the grays in my temple more so than my regular camera does. And I'm like, damn, why? What's that all about? I don't know. But it looks more gray than it looks in person or on regular camera on here. Doggone it. I just got a notification telling me my battery is low. I hope you guys are doing good. I want to make a quick confession here because I love transparency and everything. In fact, I've had to force myself to be a little bit less transparent because my default is to, tell people what I think and how I feel and everything that's going on, whatever. But I've had to force myself to like hold back a bit. But in this case, I'm going to share this. So, because I have opted to avoid getting too specific about my weight loss journey while I'm aiming for a particular goal at the moment, which is to get to 288, because I've been stuck in the 290s for well over a year, a good year and a half, either the 290s or higher. I've not gotten lower than 291.4 so far. But I'm doing well. Okay, I just want to get that out of the way, but I'm not going to report the actual number until I get to 288, right? Well, on that note, because that'll mark 50 pounds down for me. That's why it's a big deal to me. Plus, it's the 280s, but it'll mark 50 pounds down from the lowest end of what I weighed when I started on August 24th, 2023. It's been 3 years. The reason why it's been 3 years is because I took the scenic route. I ate whatever in the hell I wanted to eat. It not because I wanted it to be that way in terms of like, I went into the weight loss journey thinking, yeah, I'm going to eat what I want to eat and I'll just lose slowly. No, I was hoping the weight would move faster, but I literally wanted my cake and my weight loss too. And that's why my weight loss has been so slow but I'm also hyper grateful. I really am so grateful, like thankful that I am where I am. I just want to be further along, but I'm grateful to be where I am compared to where I came from. There's a really great quote. It says, I may not be where I want to be yet, but thank God I'm not where I used to be. So, that being said, what was I talking about? Oh, yeah. So I decided not to be so specific about my weight loss journey. And because of that, I'm going to be talking about all different kinds of things. So if you're like here just for the weight loss, I feel bad. I'm sorry, because I'm going to be talking about some of everything, that comes to mind. I did a controversial video about namely Black women, but I guess as women in general, but I've almost exclusively seen Black women respond to this post about dating bisexual men, or rather the refusal to date bisexual men, and I did a video on it. And that should get posted. I did the video tonight. That's why I'm wearing the same shirt, Let me see though. What did I want to talk about? I had different things on my mind. I know one thing that's bugged me. Okay, so here's my dilemma. Okay, I'm a stay-at-home mom who, outside of my mother, I don't get daily adult interaction. And like I used to get a little bit more, I don't get as much these days. And so as a result, it kind of like, I feel like my personal experiences are more limited than they used to be, right? In a weird way. Like, instead of telling you guys about a crazy interaction, I haven't really been doing much and stuff. So, like what inspires me a lot is that I'll see someone post something online and then I'll riff off of what they posted. Like I'll not rip, but riff as in RIFF. I'll like think about something they posted and like give my 2 cents on it. So one of them is about the whole leave him or leave us out of it. And this is not as new of a concept as you think. This is, but I one of my favorite videos by Dr. Cecilia Regina was where she talked about that. And, all these women come up with all these excuses like, oh, what if this and what if that? And, see, like, this is why women don't leave. Like, let me clarify, when a woman is sadly murdered, it's like, see, this is why women don't leave. And I hate to see these things happen to women. Just to be clear here, I'm not here to mock that. But mind you, those are women who actually did get up and leave, and they were trying to actively get away from their abuser. It wasn't someone who is like trying to stay that happened to, you know? And they're trying to equate their desire to stay. And often, and let me clarify, if it was just abused women, I think that people would be a lot more sympathetic. But it's not a bunch of abused women as much as it's a bunch of women that are signing up to be mistreated in relationships. But there's a difference between, a guy who never fills your stocking at Christmas time and forgets your birthday and gives makeup to his female coworker instead of bringing it home to you and that kind of shit. There's a difference between that and someone who is threatening to kill you if you leave him. Get so effing for real about that those are two different animals. And I think that if we were just talking about women who are in physically abusive relationship, we wouldn't be saying that. We're saying it because unfortunately there can sometimes be an overlap, but most of y'all are just in crappy relationships, and because you don't want to be alone. Okay, you're pick me girls that don't want to be alone. I'm talking about the ones who are against the whole leave him or leave us out of it. And I want to add another element to this. So it can be very dangerous being friends or relatives, close relatives to someone who is in one of these toxic, effed up relationships. Um, because it's scary. A lot of these women, like one, well, anyway, a lot of these women will, let's say, they'll come to the female friend, family member, or friend, or whatever, or male, who cares about them, and will vent about the person that they have no intention on leaving. Let me make this clear. They have no intention on leaving said person, right? And they'll complain about them to the person they care about. The person they care about says, like, yeah, you should leave, or that person sounds bad, or that person, they sound like a real asshole, or whatever they say about him. This bitch will run back and tell that person what you said and start all kinds of confusion and stuff, which unfortunately can put you at risk for things, you know, and I've been in that situation. And so, and I'm sure a lot of us have been in that situation. And so you're calling yourself trying to be helpful and supportive, and it gets used against you because she wants to please her man at your expense, and leaves out the fact that she told you all these bad things about him and that you were replying to what she told you. You know, I don't know why. I mean, I have feelings why some people do that, but it's like, it's also an enigma to me. Like, why would you do that? Why would you like stab your family members and your friends in the back by like starting shit between them and stuff? When you were the one who was bad mouthing him in the first place, and then from there they responded trying to show you love and support. But that's something that gets left out of that conversation too. That's another reason why I'm very big on the leave him or leave us out of it, because I've been in that situation as well. Like it's bad enough that you're not going to leave them, but then you're going to start shit, which could, jeopardize multiple people doing that stuff. So just something to think about, why a lot of us are like fed up with these women who insist on staying in toxic situations and telling us about it. Anyway, if you like it, I love it. I'm kidding. Take care. Bye.